So back to the video, part two of the first video. So just detail on the shoe. A lot of people saying that this shoe is like different in hand, and that from the pictures they showed, it's like nothing like that picture. But if you look actually on Nike app, it shows that a lot of the circles here that are supposedly the polka dots or pepperoni looking circles are red on the pairs. But if you look on the Nike app, they're actually like a shaded, very light pink. I think that's just due to like the photography or the pictures. A lot of pairs I've seen are just like this reddish color. It's actually like if you know about those popsicles that they're like push pops. They kind of have that color on the top, like that paper type of foil that's on the top of the push pops. It kind of has that like that color. But from what I heard, the story is the actual circle patterns come from Miles and Morales' love for like pizza or something, or his favorite food for pizza. So that's where I heard it comes from. I mean, I'm not 100% correct, but yeah, it is on the shoe. And then you got like some patented leather. The patented leather is like more like of I would say like of a plasticky kind of patented leather. It's not like your average Jordan patent leather. It's more like a leather um, gloss red, and then you have this other patented leather, which is more like an oil slick color or like an iridescent black. Um, as far as the feeling, it feels like basic material leather, and then the black feels a little bit softer than the red, and then it has a more in depth like um shine. It has like a shine to it, as you can see. The bottom, it does glow in the dark. I did the test. It turns like a whitish color. I did it with light, so I'm gonna try it in the day with daylight. But in the light, it does turn like a white, like a sparkly white, like it's like not like a glow, but it's like a iridescent fog glow that's like when it's activated. Um, the back you have like premium suede like everybody's explaining, but it's like more like a burnt color suede, and then it comes into like a leather, and then it comes into like a reverse suede on the very the heel drag on the lowered heel. um, then you have an iridescent swish, and then the leather on here, it's not like it's not like leather. It's more like of a like if you have interior, like if your car had interior leather, it's real fine, like it's real smooth, and like it's a real premium. That's the best way I could describe it. It's more like a white, like a pale white. It's not like a white. It's more like a pale white. And then basically, you have your black laces. The tongue is it's more like a off white creamish color, like like a satinish creamish color. Um, then everything else pretty much just materials on it. You got leather on the front, like a smooth, like a ballistic leather kind of. So these are just things you should look out for when you're purchasing. And then you have more patented leather patterns and the same patterns from the back. And then on the inside side panels, you have like a colored transparent kind of material. It's not like a leather, but it's more like a synthetic like suede leather kind of, with a little bit of texture and color. And then on the other side of the inside strap panel, or the upper, you have the same color pattern with red stitching all through the shoe. Um, the bottom outsole is more like a white, like you would see on the Air Jordan 1s they're releasing. Um, and then the bottom just looks without the glow in the dark working. It's just like a red, like a cherry clear red. You could tell it has like the Air Jordan colorway vibes on the outsole gum. As far as the shoe, the quality, it is flexible at the bottom, but you can tell it's not like that aftermarket UA or that cheap version of shoes that like they're turning into grails that are just so cheap. It has more like a little bit of quality. The top has a lot of like definition. When you look at it, it just looks like it looks just very like persistent on the way they made the shoe. They put a lot of like detail like kind of into it for a lot of different mismatch. Then you have the Air Jordan wing. It's almost like a 3D kind of like when you look into 3D glasses and you see something 3D. It has that kind of look with like just like a wings logo. It's very glossy. It's very shiny. This material up here, the pepperonis, it has like a dry feeling, like almost kind of like when you're like I would say like reading a newspaper or a comic book, a very old comic book. It has that like kind of feeling, material feeling, and it feels very thin, but it's not thin, and it looks very like looks very, how do you say, very like flexible. It looks very flexible, like it like it will tear like from a, it almost feels like comic book, like our newspaper, or magazine. I would compare it to a magazine. And then the leather with this like this like satinish kind of silk leather on here is very good quality. It's smooth, but you can feel that it's like very good quality. And so that's basically it, the shoe. So a little advice on how to get this shoe, like legit pairs. So if you go like one route, it could be like unauthorized, or it could be like UA pairs, which were like probably floating around a lot, or just like pairs like from aftermarket stores or your local sneaker shops that came out while the guy was like really rocking the shoe and bringing the shoe out the first pair, like the first time. So those are like probably like a different style, different material. They're not as good quality as the Nike drops. And then you have a second version, which was the first shock drop, which was like the rushed pair, where they said like the pairs were rushed and they weren't made as good as quality, and they were just trying to bring them out right away. So there's those pairs, which is like this pair when it came out. I don't think that they rushed the pairs. They just try to get them out as quick as they can, and I'm pretty sure they had some pairs ready, and they were just like making multiple other pairs for the shock drop. And then you have the third version. The third version was the released pair, which I don't know and I haven't seen it. But I believe this is the actual real deal first actual created pair that was created correctly and released, because reason is just because the first pair was like not around. The guy didn't even make the shoe yet, and he was still like trying to put parts together, and he was just showing versions. And then when he started to wear the actual pairs that he made, they weren't working, so he had to remake them. And then the second time he was like spotted wearing them or walking in them. But at that time, Nike already had their shoes being made and their versions being made, and they already knew the whole pattern and creation, so they already had theirs. So that was this pair, but it was released shock drop, and they kind of already like told the guy, like, or not told the guy, but social media, they put out the word that like they already had their pairs made, or they're already coming out with a pair, and that they just wanted to bring out the shock drop first pairs, and they already had all the patterns, and so they already knew, like they took advantage of that guy trying to expose this shoe, but Nike is already kind of making theirs. So this was that pair, and then there's the third pair, which was the shock, which was the actual drop release day on the 20th. But I haven't seen that. I was trying to get that pair so I could compare, but I mean, it is what it is. I probably won't get another pair to compare, but as far as this, you can see this pair, and this is the video. So just a little info. When you're ordering, like nowadays online or whatever, just be careful, man. Like the days you order, the time lapse, what shoes are coming out, what shoe you're ordering, because it's just real sketchy nowadays. Like when you order exclusive stuff, people just want to look in your boxes, you look in your packages, or they want to try to do the switcheroonie, or try to, like, swindle your pairs. But so that's this video. So just thanks for watching, and I'll be doing more videos, so just stay tuned on more releases and more pairs.